talk to me, and we became friends, and they'd look at me and go, "Some people hide crazy really well."
I can't. Well, I mean, dude, I
And I
can't
go
imagine like spending
Yeah,
444 days in Iran as a detainee,
yeah,
like a prisoner of war.
yeah.
That I don't know. Like, there's no way for anybody to be able to wrap their head around what that must have been like. There's just no way if unless you experience it firsthand.
Yeah.
I can't even begin to imagine like the things that we complain about, especially myself. Like, oh, I didn't get enough sleep last night.
Yeah.
Like it really it pales in comparison with the things you must have experienced while you were held in
Oh, yeah.
captivity there.
Yeah, it wasn't great, and I'll tell you, it's just like the whole beginning, the whole start of the whole thing, like, the first day when they came to the embassy. Well, let me get started. So they'd been doing demonstrations in front of the embassy for weeks, and then, one particular night, the ambassador had a dinner at the house, said, "I want everybody to come to dinner." And all the Marines, I want everybody there. I said, "Okay," but they left a couple Marines over at the embassy on duty. And I remember that night we had the dinner and everything went pretty well. And I left, was going back to our apartment, and we didn't live on the compound. The Marines didn't because they'd blown up the Marine house previously, and so we couldn't live in it. So we lived outside the embassy compound, across the alley in the Dr. Johnshi apartments. So we couldn't take weapons with us out there or anything else. So once we left the compound, we had nothing on us. But anyway, so I remember that evening after I left, I forgot my boots. I had 2 pairs of boots, but one pair I left at the embassy with our React gear in case we had to put it on. But we needed polish, and they ran out of polish over at the embassy, and they need to be polished because it's been sitting there forever. So I went and picked them up, and I took them back, and I polished them up. Went to bed, got up in the morning. I'm walking across in the morning, and I remember about halfway there, I said, "Oh, I forgot my boots." And I said, "Oh, it's okay. I'll be all right. I'll go out lunch and get them." And as I'm walking, I just started hearing this buzz. I mean, they used to come every morning and demonstrate and yell, "Mach Bottom Medica," "Death to America," and English, all kinds of stuff like on, and sing songs and all kinds of stuff. But that morning there was a weird buzz as I'm walking. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. It was like a weird buzz in the air. It was odd. It was kind of odd. I go, "What the heck's going on?" So once I got into the embassy and checked everything out, I walked around, I looked up, and I walked upstairs and I looked out the windows, and they were already gathering outside, and there was thousands of people out there already. I go, "What the heck's going on today?" And it was just crazy. It was just crazy. And then it just started, man. They just started chanting so loud. And I went up and looked out, and you could see out the cameras, and it was just complete. They said if you read a lot of articles, it says, "Oh yeah, 3,000 militants attacked them." Like, no, you got to look at the pictures and the photos. There was more than 3,000. There was 100,000 or more people out there. They completely surround the embassy from one end of the street to the other. All the way. It was just crazy, and they were out there yelling and screaming and all kinds of stuff going on.